How's it going, everyone? It's Otaku Tavern back at you with another video. Sorry when the wind blows, it is windy. It feels really good out here right now. It's in the 50s. That's my kind of weather. A lot of shade going on and all that. Best weather in my opinion. But anyway, today I want to talk about like, as an otaku, like some of your most happiest moments are in your dreams. Now obviously I know, like, watching anime and playing like an anime game or some game from Japan makes you happy, but I'm not necessarily talking about that today. But I understand that makes you happy. I mean, it makes me happy too, but what I mean is, like, you know, in your dreams you're not really an outcast, right? So I had this wild dream like last night, and it was really cool. Like, there's like this massive threat going on, and like all the Avengers got killed, right? Like, you know, Captain America, all of them, right? They all got killed and during this threat. And anyway, it was there's just two people left to help fight, and I was one of them. And the person I was teamed up with was kind of crazy. It was Luna Snow, and now we was trying to figure out how the hell we're gonna take all this shit down. And so anyway, to top it all off, you know, the dream keeps going. We're trying to figure this stuff out. And, you know, like, I have this, like, ability in the dream to where, like, I can, like, fuse things. And I had gotten the Hulkbuster, and I had fused it with a helicopter, a tank, and a car. So this thing could drive on the road, it could fly in the air, it could shoot out, you know, a lot of ammunition, like a tank. And it was like, I also had it equipped with, like, machine guns and shit as well. But anyway, you know, like, in this dream, we're just sitting there, just running, trying to survive, because there's like a helicopter tailing us, right? And it's like, you know, she's like, why don't you just use the Hulkbuster? And I'm like, well, you know, that's actually a pretty good idea. So I get this Hulkbuster, I start working my magic and stuff, right? Like, you know, I do this fusing, you know, I fuse it with a car and all that I was mentioned earlier. And man, I'll tell you what, this thing become an unstoppable tank. Like, I was even told in the dream that more than likely it could have took down Hulk, right? Like, cause Hulk was dead, right? But anyway, I'm like fighting all these things, like, in this Hulkbuster, and I'm just taking names, right? Like, I'm tearing through everything, man. Everything that's like these people, I don't even remember what they were called, but they were like really bad people. And I was tearing through them, and you know, that was a cool dream. But, like, you know, to top it all off again is, like, I actually took almost everything. I took everything out with this Hulkbuster, right? Like, there was, like, even this one instance where, like, one of these guys that was, like, on this bad team or whatever, he was trying to go up to this house, and he was gonna try to kill this woman in this house. And I was waiting for him, like, in the driveway, like, cause I had this, like, camouflage thing going on. And I just got up behind him and I got him, you know. I took him out in the dream, and it was like, you know, it was pretty crazy, because, you know, it's like dreams like that, you know, you feel like, you know, you obviously feel like you're in control. You feel what's the word I'm looking for? At peace. You feel you're at peace, and that it's stuff like, and to top it all off too is like, after the dream was over, after we beat everybody, there was like, because the thing was the cops was in on this too. Like the cops, the higher authorities, they were all on like this bad team, right? Like they were all in on it. It's like there was even an instance where we like had to play dead, and like to try to, and then we passed it. We played dead and succeeded, but it's like. Dreams like that, man, it was such a good dream, and then at the end of the dream, I ended up marrying Luna Snow, which that was pretty cool, because I think she's pretty hot. And this is what I'm talking about. I've had other dreams too, to where I'll be like this anime character, or I have my own harem, or I'll be like a guy and then this anime chick, I meet and fall in love, or me and this anime dude, we just become good friends, and just chill and hang out, and it's like, it seems like a lot of the time in your dreams, especially if you're like autistic and isolated against your will, because nobody wants to be around you, because people don't really want to be around people like that because they think they're better than them, obviously. But it was a really cool dream, y'all. It was really cool. Do y'all have dreams like this? Fellow otakus, do y'all have dreams like this? Because if you do, comment them down below. I would really like to hear them. You don't have to tell me all of them, just tell me one. But, it just really makes you think, why can't it be like that? Why can't, it be like I mentioned before, where Sadako from the Ringu films could just pull you in. It's like, pulls you into a reality that you would love, instead of a reality where you're an outcast, you don't fit into society and all of this stuff. And even then, when it's like an anime, usually they prove themselves, and then, it's like, it doesn't even matter. But, it's, I don't know, it just, it makes me think a lot. And, I've had lots of dreams like this. I could be walking down the road like I am now. Well, I'm not walking down the road now, I'm walking in a trail, or wherever I'm walking, right? And I could just be sitting here playing a conversation in my mind, pretending I'm like Vegeta. And then I'm having a conversation with Bulma or Goku or something, right? I could do that, man. I feel like a lot of us otakus could do that, especially if you're autistic, right? Especially because, because we think a certain way and stuff, and it's just, and it's brutal for people like us too that are autistic and otaku, because just being autistic alone, I've been in so many instances in the store where I've seen autistic people with their parent legal guardian or whoever that is to them, and they're totally treated like a kid. And the tone that they use with them is not a good tone at all. It's agitated, it's angry, it's Kind of like, oh, I shouldn't have to waste my life doing this type of attitude, like, you know, kind of like that. And you know, I've even been to a support group where they did this for people with autism, and they did this to them, and it was bad. Like, it was really bad. But I mean, you know, so it's like, it's kind of a safe space, right? For people like us to get into. Whether that's a conversation like I mentioned before you're having down the road, or, you know, that's your dream, you know, like I had. And it's like, I'm not super big on Marvel or in DC and stuff like that, but I guess it's because I really like Marvel Rivals. You know, I like the comic book style way of Marvel. I don't really care about the garbage movies, in my opinion, but that's beside the point. And the crazy thing too, y'all, is like, you know, I wasn't the only one in this Hulkbuster. You know, my little pal Jeffy was in there with me. You know, Jeff the Land Shark. He was in there. And, you know, I talk about all the time, man, I wish he was real, because he would be a very cool pet. Like, seriously. But yeah, I mean, do y'all ever experience this? I can't be the only one. You know, I understand, you know, we have fun playing our anime games and other games from, like, far off in Asia. That could be Resident Evil or whatever. And, you know, we have fun watching our anime and stuff. But, yeah. You know, it's pretty crazy, but the normies will never get us, and I don't want them to get us really anymore. I don't care. I don't want to be around someone who thinks they're better than I am. But anyway, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe maybe. Or if you don't want to, that's fine too, I guess. But, yep, anyway, see ya.